When Airbnb first started out, the questions were, why is this random person above my room making so much noise? But as time passed and people became smarter and friendlier, well, that's actually false, not friendlier. But now we argue about all the problems with Airbnb and how it is not worth it. So, how bad is it really? Let economics answer that one. Ever since Airbnb was founded, the number of people opening their doors to tourists is only rising. It all started when Airbnb founders Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia bought a few airbeds and put up a site called Air Bed and Breakfast. The idea was to offer visitors a place to sleep and breakfast in the morning. The idea really took off, and today there are more than 5 million listings on Airbnb owned by various people throughout the world offering the same service. Sounds great, right? So when did so many people start to hate it so much? Okay, to answer that, let's look at the structure of Airbnb's listings. Take New York, for example. A recent report by David Wachsmuth, a professor of urban planning at McGill University, found that 12% of Airbnb hosts in New York City are commercial operators. That is, they have multiple entire home listings, or they control many private rooms. And these commercial operators earn close to 30% of New York's Airbnb revenue. Some Airbnb supporters might argue, yeah, it's their property. They decide who they rent it to. And there's actually no problem with real homeowners renting a little extra space in their house for a little extra cash. But these commercial operators who are converting all the apartments to Airbnbs, they are a problem. Let's think about it for a second. Giving a whole home like an apartment to tourists, isn't that what hotels are for? And if some Airbnb listings are providing that, shouldn't they be subjected to the same laws, safety regulations, and taxes like hotels? They should be, and the fact that they are not is actually a real threat to the hotel industry throughout the whole world, because without all the taxes and regulations, these full-time home operators can offer the same multiple rooms as hotels for half the price. The worst part is, the problem doesn't end here. Property owners are switching to renting apartments to these short-term Airbnb tourists rather than usual long-term citizens because they offer more money, reducing the homes and apartments available for people who actually live in the city, which means there are less houses for rent, which causes everyone to pay more to rent a house. This way, the very own citizens of the country pay the price by paying higher rent because Airbnb tourists have taken rooms which would have been theirs to rent. The solution, you ask? Well, Airbnb is here and is not going anywhere anytime soon. Humans have always found ways to make technology help them. This time, it's no different. And some restrictions to stop these full-time commercial operators would actually be better for the real Airbnb users. Currently, Airbnb has a one-person, one-home policy to stop people from owning multiple listings, but people have found ways to get around it, and we need more strict laws. One solution is to put a limit on the number of nights you can list an entire home. Once a host has booked their space for the permitted number of days, they are automatically banned from hosting again until the following year. Another solution is to put the same regulations and restrictions for homeowners as for hotels. Many major cities have already implemented these restrictions, like Paris, where short-term rentals are limited to 120 days per year, and in Amsterdam, it is 60 days per year. In Japan, it is 180 days per year, and in New York City, you cannot list an apartment for less than 30 days unless the permanent tenant is present. Note that these restrictions aren't perfect, nor do they fully stop people from breaking these laws and hosting illegal Airbnbs, but they provide a starting set of laws which can be further refined. Governments throughout the world are now suggesting to pass laws that would force Airbnb to disclose these unlawful listings. Bigger cities have always proved to be a model for what smaller cities might see when home sharing takes off. Airbnb plans to host 1 billion people by 2028. As the time approaches, we will see the same problem taking place in other cities all over again, unless we have better laws. Do you think you have an idea that can improve these laws? Tell us in the comments. Aibonomics is an economics channel which will help you understand the world in a better way, one video at a time. Subscribe for more awesome videos in the future.